nauna pa raw ang media na mapanood yung video kesa sa kanila.
We are in good faith, nakipag-cooperate tayo as a lawyer ni Jing Paras. Pero bakit hindi pinakita yan? So bakit nauna pa ang media kaysa amin na we were in good faith na pumunta sa NBI para makipagtulungan sa investigation?
And the rules on impeachment under Rule 18 actually prohibits participants, especially lawyers, from commenting about the merits of the case. Now, and I think it is inappropriate to do that to a fellow member of the bar because even as we sit on the opposing side of this hall, we remain to be both members of the bar, and as officers of the court, we owe each other respect, politeness, or even kindness.
I asked the clerk of court to monitor the public statements of the counsels of the parties this past week. And one side has been crossing the line many times.
Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat at eto po may nilabas na CCTV patungkol po doon sa honey trap plot na pinalagaan ng kampo ni Paras. Binalita ito ng Bilyonaryo News, okay? Atin po itong papanoorin at magre-react po tayo kasi itong CCTV na ito, may anomalya raw dito. Sabi ng NBI director. Tingnan lang natin ang script nila kung uubra dito Atin po itong re-reactan, okay? At sabi pa dito sa pangalawa nating balita ay hindi kami tanga. Sabi ni Attorney Sison, harap-harapang sinupalpal itong siligutan. Kasi nagkaroon po ng debate itong si Attorney Sheila Sison, at itong siligutan. Kasi may pinost po itong siligutan. Kasi alam nyo naman, itong mga prosecutors na ito, alam nilang tagilid na ang kanilang kaso dito sa impeachment. Kung ano-ano na lang ang kanilang mga post sa social media nila, doon na lang sila bumabanat na parang umaasa na lang sa trial by publicity ang kanilang ginagawa, kasi po wala na sila talo sila dito sa impeachment hearing. So doon na lang sila manguha ng simpatya sa social media. Pinagtawanan naman sila doon sa social media Pinagtawanan rin sila. Duda ko niyan, tumulo na naman ng sipon yan kasi nagpost sa social media. Syempre, itong si Attorney Sheila Sison, yan po ang ni-raise up niya during the impeachment hearing kasi po hindi po maganda ito. Parang namimersonal na, and at the same time, may tinatawag tayong parang decorum rin sa impeachment hearing. Parang hindi na po masyadong maganda ang asal, hindi na karespeto yung ginawa ni Ligutan. Ang opposite naman dito sa defense team ni BP Sara, sobrang magalang, very professional, hindi mo talaga makikita na meron sila mga postings sa social media. Lahat ng press conference nila ay talagang isa lang ang nagsasalita, si Attorney Powa. Pero dito sa kampo ng mga prosecutors, daldal at ingay lamang po ang alam. Totoo naman. At papanoorin rin natin itong si Attorney Ferrer, sa COA witness, Patuloy tayong panoorin natin yung debate itong si Attorney Ferrer kung saan kino-cross-examine niya itong I think round 5 na ito, round 4 sa ating vlog, na ito po ay kino-cross-examine ni Attorney Christine kung tinanong niya, nakakatawa ba ang mga pangalan? Kung nakakatawa ba, fictitious na ba ito? 'Di ba? Syempre, nakakatawa raw yung mga pangalan. Sige, given na nakakatawa yung pangalan, pero dapat nilang ibigay ang mga alias na mga pangalan dito kasi para hindi malaman rin ng mga colleagues ng mga kalaban sa gobyerno. Kasi po, this is very confidential. Okay? Kailangan hindi natin i-reveal yan. Nag-promise tayo niyan na hindi i-reveal itong mga pangalan na ito kasi confidential yan. Yan ang nagtutukoy kung saan yung kalaban ng gobyerno. 'Di ba? So, yun po ang ating papanoorin rin sa last portion na yan para mag-react po tayo kung gaano ka hindi umubra ang script ng mga prosecutors. Si Kapunan give up na eh. So yun po ang mga pag-uusapan natin, pero bago ang lahat, paki-like, paki-share itong video natin para kakalat ito sa taong bayan. Sa mga hindi pa nakasubscribe, subscribe na po kayo sa Donmar TV para lagi kayong updated sa ating mga trending at mga breaking news. Libre lang mag-subscribe ha, walang bayad yan. Saka pindutin nyo na, subscribe na po kayo. Okay? At heto po, no, atin pong babasahin itong mga nagpapa-shoutout sa atin araw-araw. Mary Buko, ayan, lagi itong nanonood. Still watching you, Donmar TV from here, Romania. Ayan, shoutout sa mga kababayan natin dyan sa Romania. Di lang ako makapag-comment minsan. Pero nakapag-comment ka na ngayon, Ma'am Mary. A silent viewer minsan, pero sa totoo lang, idol, everyday pinapanood kita sa TV. Ayan, thank you. Maraming salamat, Ma'am Mary. Ingat-ingat po kayo dyan. Rosario. Ayan, Sir Mar, meron po lumalabas na nakauwi na daw po si Tatay Digong. Rosario, no, wag muna tayong magpapaniwala dyan sa mga anong tawag dyan, mga balita na yan. Ang dapat nating paniwalaan kung mismo si VP Sara na ang nagsasabi na nakauwi si Tatay Digong. Okay? Sa ngayon, wala pa naman siyang sinabi. Rosario, maraming salamat po. Leads. Magandang gabi po, Sir Donmar TV. Ayan, magandang gabi rin, no? Kung maggabi ba sa inyo, Leads, no? I think kahapon ito na comment eh. Leads, ingat po kayo dyan. God bless po sa inyo. Rika Saklang. Sa receipts ay makikita po ang address or place kung saan binili yung supplies. Kung ginagawa ang confidential intelligence work. Ayan, yan ang comment ni Rika Saklang. Ayan. Tama naman eh. Shoutout po sa iyo ha. Lorna, lahat ng witness bingi. Bingi naman talaga yan. Hindi lang bingi. Nagbingi-bingihan. Ma'am Lorna, thank you. Ninette Duterte. Galing mo, Attorney Ferrer. God bless you more. Ayan, Ninette Duterte. Shoutout po sa inyo. God bless po sa inyo, Ma'am Ninette. Ayan, thank you. Ayan, dito ha. Sa mga nagtatanong lagi sa akin, ito yung Tumblr ni VP Sara, no? Ayan, no, sa picture. Dala-dala ito lagi ni VP Sara. Bumili na rin ako para magkapareha kami ni VP Sara. Ayan yung link ha sa mga gustong bumili. Nandyan yan yung link na yan. Ano bang special dito sa Tumblr na ito? Nung bumili ako, napansin ko kung lalagyan mo ng malamig na tubig itong tumbler na ito, 24 hours na yan na magiging malamig. Kung mainit na kape naman ang ilalagay nyo, 24 hours na rin yan na maging mainit yung kape ninyo. Ayan. So, ito po yung tumbler ni VP Sara. Ha? Nandyan yung link. Diyan po kayo bumili sa link na yan sa ilalim para may kaunting barya tayo na komisyon. Ayan. Makakatulong na yan sa ating mga pang-araw-araw na pangangailangan. Yung buhay natin, ay ito lang naman yung kabuhayan natin. Nagba-vlog tayo tapos may kaunting barya. Ayan, yung pareha tayo ni VP Sara. Okay? Ito, papanoorin na natin itong CCTV footage sa honey trap plot. Pinalagaan ng kampo ni Paras. Kayo nang humusga dito ha. Panoorin natin itong balita na ito. Kung maniniwala ba kayo dito sa inilabas na ebidensya ng NBI. Play.
Trial by publicity kung tawagin ng kampo ni former Congressman Jing Paras ang investigasyon sa umano'y honey trap plot laban kay Executive Secretary Ralph Recto. Nakikipag-ugnayan naman daw sila ng maayos sa mga otoridad pero bakit tila pinagtaguan daw sila ng ebidensya? Ang tugon ng NBI sa agenda report ni Andrea Salve, live mula sa NBI headquarters sa Pasay City. Andrea.
Corina, umalma nga ang kampo ni former Negros Oriental Congressman Jing Paras sa pagkalat ng CCTV footage ng isa sa mga umano'y meeting sa pagitan ng dating mambabatas kasama ang naarestong bugaw. Hindi raw kasi ito napakita sa kanila nang humarap sa mga investigador kahapon. Ang tanong ng kanilang kampo, bakit nauna pa raw ang media na mapanood yung video kesa sa kanila? Trial by publicity kung ituring ng kampo ni former Congressman Jing Paras ang pagkalat ng CCTV footage na kuha sa July 26 meeting ng dating mapabatas kasama ang narestong umano'y bugaw na si alias Ken, ang isa sa mga umano'y binugaw na si alias Jen at ang mga abogado ng Rondain and Mendiola Law Firm na umano'y mga kasabwat sa planong character assassination plot laban kay Executive Secretary Ralph Recto. Kahapon ay humarap sa mga investigador ng NBI National Capital Region ang mga abogado ni Paras, pero ang kumalat na video ay hindi raw kasama sa mga ipinakitang ebidensya sa kanila.
We are in good faith, nakipag-cooperate tayo as a lawyer ni Jing Paras, pero bakit hindi pinakita yan? So, bakit nauna pa ang media kaysa amin na we were in good faith na pumunta sa NBI para makipagtulungan sa investigation? Yung nangyari ngayon is trial by publicity. Yung investigation, hindi based on evidence, hindi based...
Actually sa totoo lang, itong si Matibag, itong sa NBI, napaghalataan na eh. Di ko lang alam if ang taong bayan maniniwala dito sa ginawa ni Matibag, okay? Kasi ang ginawa niya, meron silang ebidensya na CCTV. Ngayon, humingi ng kopya ng CCTV itong kampo ni Congressman Jing Paras, headed by the legal counsel ni Jing Paras na si Attorney Mark Tolentino. Humingi kami para masagot namin. Yan ang purpose, 'di ba? Kasi may akusasyon sila. Nang humingi, ayaw naman nila ibigay yung CCTV. Okay? Kasi mismo nung pumutok itong issue na ito, itong kampo ni Jing Paras, dating congressman, pumunta kaagad sila sa NBI para makipagtulungan. Para sagutin ang mga akusasyon, aligasyon patungkol sa kaso na ito. Okay? Nung nakipagtulungan na si Jing Paras doon sa NBI, ayaw naman makipag-cooperate ng NBI. Ayaw naman ibigay, kahit naman ipakita lang yung CCTV. Tapos ngayon, yung CCTV na yan, inilabas nila sa media. So anong ibig sabihin? Mas una pang inilabas sa media compare sa makakita itong inakusahan nila. So anong tawag mo doon? Trial by publicity ang ginawa nila. Dapat nga NBI, taga-gobyerno kayo, di ba? Dapat yung investigasyon ninyo, patas kayo. Yung nag-aakusa, dapat patas kayo dito sa inakusahan ninyo. Ipakita nyo ang CCTV. Bakit inuna nyo pang i-play yan sa mainstream media para talaga masira si Kong Paras? Di ba? Ganon ang iisipin ng taong bayan dyan.
But based on speculation, based sa chismis, based on marites. Yun yan.
Tama naman eh. Marites naman talaga yan si Matiba.
Una nang inamin ng kampo ni Paras na nagkaroon talaga ng pagpupulong sa pagitan ng mga individual na isinasangkot sa umano'y plano. Pero hindi raw ito para sa isang masamang balak, kundi ay para tulungan ang kampo ng mga umano'y nabiktima na pinilit na gumamit ng droga at makipagtalik ng isa raw sa mataas na opisyal ng pamahalaan.
It only proved that there's only a meeting. But walang But hindi yun prove na may
Oh, kasi yung CCTV, kung makikita mo doon, nagmi-meeting lang. Oh. Pero hindi nila mapatunayan na meron pong ginawang illegal si Kong Paras. Magkaiba yan, ha? Oo nga, may CCTV kayo. Pero ang tanong, ano yung pinag-usapan doon, di ba?
human trafficking, may nangyaring, may mga criminal activities na planong gagawin.
Ayon naman kay NBI Director Melvin Matibag, hindi sila obligadong ipakita sa kampo ni Paras ang lahat ng ebidensyang hawak kaugnay sa iniimbestigahang kaso. Diretsahan din itong itinanggi na nanggaling sa Bureau ang kumalat na video.
Bakit ninyo hindi yan ipakita sa kanila? Paano nila didepensahan ang kanilang sarili? Unfair ka talaga, Matibag.
Actually, right now, we will ask coordination with the person na nakapag-release niyan. Baka probably they can provide us the copy so we can compare it with the CCTV na meron kami. We are guided by Memorandum Circular 48 ng DOJ na hindi namin pwedeng i-release. No? But the thing is, nandiyan yung CCTV na yan, it's subject to verification and authentication.
Dagdag niya, dapat ay ikinatuwa pa ng kampo ni Paras ang paglabas ng CCTV para makapagkomento sila.
The way they are reacting, parang nagagalit sila na ba't may lumalabas yung CCTV. Dapat hindi ka siguro umiyak na ba't lumabas yung CCTV. Anyway, tama ka naman. Hindi naman may criminal activity. Sabi ko nga palagi,
Desperado talaga itong si Matibag, sa. Talagang tae talaga siya ni BBM. Oh. Desperado talaga. Tae talaga. Halik sa puwet talaga ito sa tae ni BBM.
everybody is presumed to be innocent. Hindi ko nga sinasabing may crime na unless proven otherwise.
So, yun po ang update dyan patungkol kay Ako, sa nakikita ko dito, wala talaga. Hindi maganda yung ginawa ni Matibag. Hindi siya naging patas sa kampo ni Paras. Halata kasi itong si Matibag. Yung galawan, pamumulitika kasi yung galawan niya. Alam niya na si Kong Paras, Duterte aligned itong mga taong ito, ginanya na niya. Ewan ko lang nga kung anong motibo sa lahat ng ito, bakit na ginagawa yan ni Paras, no? Ewan ko na lang kasi may kinaugnayan raw ito sa pag-frame up kay Recto. Damay pa dito si Libiste. Duterte aligned na mga ito yan po, nag-comment lang po tayo. That's our own opinion naman, okay? Ngayon naman ay panoorin po natin itong si Attorney Sison ay sinupalpal itong si Ligutan dyan sa impeachment hearing. Okay? Ito po, panoorin po natin ito kasi tumutulo na naman ang sipon nitong si Attorney Ligutan. Kasi walang mga modo itong mga taong itong prosecutors
intends to ask from the defense. However, the more important manifestation that I would like to make today, Your Honor, is in relation to a social media post that I happened to see. And this was posted at 11:29 a.m. by one of the private prosecutors, Attorney Amando Virgil Ligutan, post a principal or lawyers and law students know by heart. Misleading questions are not allowed even in cross-examination. Now, this was posted and picked up by...
parang si Ligutan, nagko-comment siya patungkol sa debate ng the present hearing, no? Kung saan naghi-hearing ngayon tapos nagpo-post naman sa social media. Parang nagre-react siya. Di ba? Hindi mga professional itong mga taong to may personal na galit
at net at 11:29 a.m. today. And I surmise that this has something to do with the exchange between the private prosecutor, Attorney Kapunan, and the defense counsel, Attorney Ferrer, on the matter of the cross-examination question that Attorney Ferrer asked the prosecution's witness. And I have here a transcript because I find it troubling that the private prosecutor would do this in the middle of a courtroom hearing.
Correct.
Because as far as I'm concerned, impeachment court is also a court of decorum. And the rules on impeachment under Rule 18 actually prohibits participants, especially lawyers, from commenting about the merits of the case. Now, one may argue that this isn't about the merits of the case, that he probably was just commenting about what ought or ought not to do in a cross-examination, but we're not naive. What the private prosecutor is talking about. He's here. He can explain it. He can explain himself if the presiding officer so desires. But I really just find it in bad taste to do this at this time. And I think it is inappropriate to do that to a fellow member of the bar, because even as we sit on the opposing side of this hall, we remain to be both members of the bar, and as officers of the court, we owe each other respect, politeness, or even kindness. And it doesn't take one to be a
Kasi kapag mga lawyers po kayo, lahat kayo officers of the bar. Ang nangyari dito, parang personalan na nagpo-post na sila sa social media. 'Di ba? Kaya nang nakikita ko dito, para bang wala na ba kayong laban talaga na doon na lang sa social media ang frustrations ninyo? 'Di ba? Wala na silang laban
lawyer to know that the first thing that our parents teach us to do is humility. Your Honor? No, I'm not yet done, Your Honor.
Kasi sapol na sapol itong siligutan dito sa ni Atty. Sheila dito
In fact, I have asked one of our lawyers to review the actual transcript from the video that transpired between the prosecutor and Attorney Ferrer, and it would seem that in the heat of the exchange, or in the passionate exchange of the arguments between the prosecutor and Attorney Ferrer was not even actually referring to misleading questions as allowed, as implied in the social media post of Attorney Ligutan. In fact, it's here. The court can confirm this from a replay of the video. Attorney Ferrer, sinabi ho ba yan sa JC na dapat may mahuli? The witness answers, ang nakalagay po kasi sa JC under 4.8.2 ay proof of success. Attorney Ferrer, hindi. Sorry, Your Honor, please. Attorney Kapunan, let the witness answer, Your Honor. Mr. Presiding Officer, can the counsel be instructed not to stop the witness mid-sentence?
Yan, skip natin nag-a-ads. Skip.
Your Honor. Attorney Ferrer, Your Honor, please, can the witness be directed to just answer with yes or no? The counsel has her time to ask clarificatory questions later during redirect, Your Honor. And Attorney Kapunan, not all questions can be answered by yes or no. This is the meat of the contention of the argument between Attorney Kapunan and Attorney Ferrer. Attorney Ferrer responded, I am on cross, Your Honor, please. And the presiding officer said, counsels. Attorney Kapunan responded, never mind if you are on cross, Your Honor. There are limits to cross-examination. Misleading questions are not allowed on cross. This was the first time that the matter on misleading questions was actually raised by Attorney Kapunan. And Attorney Ferrer, for some reason, said they're allowed, but she was pertaining to the fact that the questions to which a yes or no answer may be answerable are allowed. She's not referring to misleading. In effect, Attorney Ferrer was only saying that leading questions are allowed on cross-examination, not misleading questions. And yet we have a private prosecutor immediately taking to social media and posting this, implying something against the defense counsel. We will not have this.
Your Honor, in the interest of fair play, may I request that the counsel for the panel of prosecutors.
Ito na naman itong idol. Itong nag-a-idol ni speaker. Nandito na naman.
And Attorney Virgil Ligutan be recognized, Your Honor.
Unfortunately, Counsel, no, the presiding officer will not allow that at this time. The presiding officer takes in advisement the manifestation of the counsel, the lead counsel for the respondent, because quite frankly, Honorable Luistro, I asked the clerk of court to monitor the public statements of the counsels of the parties this past week. And one side has been crossing the line many times. And
Di ba, hindi pinayagan si Luistro. Ito raw si Cheese, may pinababantay siya dito sa mga nagpo-post eh.
in fact, the presiding officer is already in the process of drafting a ruling and a warning and an order pertaining to this, because clearly, I can even name all of you who have been commenting on social media in violation of Rule 18 of the impeachment rules.
Na, patay.
But I will do that on Monday, perhaps, after taking advisement, the manifestation of the counsel for
tama yan,
respondent.
Chis.
It's not really so much being cordial or nice or kind, but it's a basic violation of Rule 18. I already talked to the parties 2 weeks ago, reminding you that you might want to consider appointing spokespersons who are not part of the panel of prosecutors nor a private prosecutor, but you insist on maintaining that. So after 2 weeks, the court is constrained to make a decision and ruling on that. But we will do that on Monday with the permission of both counsels. Then we will hear you, counsel, and we will hear Attorney Ligutan prior to the court's ruling on the matter. But be advised that again, we have it all on tape. We have been monitoring everything. We may not enumerate it one by one, but we will make the corresponding ruling on Monday. Thank you for bringing that up, counsel. It gives me a reason to actually issue the ruling, which we have prepared and have been preparing the past few days. On Monday, Attorney Ligutan, we will hear you before we make the ruling. Thank you. There being no other matter to be taken up by the trial, by the court, we hereby adjourn until Monday, August 17, still at 10 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Ayan yung ano ha. So si Ligutan, makapag-reply si Ligutan, Lunes pa. Lunes pa. Pero, I think, sumang-ayon po si Cheese Escudero doon sa reklamo ni Attorney Sheila. Okay? Palakpakan kay Attorney Sheila. Ang galing-galing. Sapol si Ligutan sa mga pinagsasabi ni Attorney Sheila. So ngayon naman, patuloy tayo sa round 4, round 5. Dito kay Attorney Christine Ferrer sa COA witness na kanyang kino-cross-examine. Sinabi niya, kung nakakatawa ang pangalan, fictitious na ba? Tama naman eh. Di ba? Ito po, panoorin natin. Itong witness na parang pumayat na si Del Campo dito sa mga tanong.
Okay. Now, do you confirm that the JC does not have a provision on names or aliases?
Ask and answer, Your Honor.
Your Honor.
Your Honor, please, excuse me.
Yes, counsel. Attorney Guban.
Precisely, this witness asked if aliases are allowed. She said it is neither allowed nor disallowed. So it is silent, Your Honor. Now she's asking the same question in another fashion.
I'll let it go this time for emphasis, counsel, but move on to your next point after that, Attorney Christine.
Yes, Your Honor. Do you confirm that the JC does not have provision on names or aliases? Kasi yung kanina silent ho yung sinabi. No, so walang provision on names or aliases.
Wala pong nakalagay sa joint circular as to the alias po.
Okay. So, and this is precisely why the ICFA has no findings on the alleged use of names or aliases.
Opo, ang mahalaga po kasi is naibigay talaga ito sa totoong tao na for allowable confidential expenses.
Ang tanong ko ho, wala hong findings si ICFA on the names, on the use of fictitious names or aliases. Nasa notices of disallowance po ba yun?
Wala pong nakalagay sa
Wala.
notice of disallowance.
Okay. So, I am showing you the first ND. That's the August 2024 notice of disallowance. Just a run through, Your Honor. Okay. May hawak na po kayo ngayon?
Opo.
Okay. Nakikita niyo ba ho yung name dyan na Mary Grace Piatos?
Wala po.
How about Renan Piatos?
Wala din po.
Andy C. Lim?
Wala po.
Patty Ting?
Wala po.
Okay, thank you. Now, let's go to the second notice of disallowance. Kindly flash that. That's dated March 31, 2026. Okay, during your direct examination, the good counsel flashed on the screen sample ARs showing the following names. Does she have a copy of the second ND? Now, I will ask you if the following names are in the second notice of disallowance. That's dated March 31, 2026. Pia Piatos Lim. Meron ba dyan?
Wala po.
Ralph Josh Bacon.
Wala din po.
Ann Ongpauco.
Wala po.
Diane Maple Lapid.
Wala din po.
Miggy Mayo.
Wala po.
Kokoy Villamin.
Wala po.
Denise Tanya Escudero.
Wala po sa notice of disallowance.
Christine Applegate Estrada.
Wala din po.
Okay. Okay, so wala ho kayong findings doon. Gaya ng sinabi niyo kanina. Okay. So, may tanong ho ako sa inyo, no? Kung yung pangalan ho ba, if the name appears to be funny, does that automatically mean that the name is fictitious? Kasi nga, may mga flash po na ARs dito.
Your Honor, please, the question is misleading. The point of flashing these acknowledgement receipts were not the names. The names were incidental, that the names were funny or fruit salady or names of congressmen or senators, Your Honor, is immaterial. They were flashed because of the manner by which the funds were used.
Your
For
Honor.
medicines, Your Honor.
Counsel explaining
Attorney
again.
Gabonan, you have to admit you had fun. You had fun with the names
We had
too
so
when
much
you were
fun,
using
Your
it.
Honor, but
Exactly. So
That's
let her cross the witness based on those and
Please, Attorney.
utilize it as well.
Yeah. Oh, so, ayun po. No, kung nakakatawa ho ba yung pangalan, automatic, fictitious na yon.
Your Honor, again,
Yes,
fictitious.
counsel.
Just for the record, fictitious is her own conclusion. We have made no such conclusion as regards to the name, except perhaps that they are funny.
Your Honor,
Well, counsel, actually, that's not entirely accurate because in the complaint, you did allude to the fact that some of the names were fictitious based on the PSA documents that you attached as an annex to the complaint, although you're not yet there. You haven't gotten there yet. Please continue, Attorney Gustin.
yes.
Attorney Gabonan, give her share of fun with the names.
May I be allowed, Your Honor, to sit down while she's having fun?
Yes,
here?
yes, Attorney Gabonan.
Continue my question, Your Honor, no? If a name appears to be funny, does it mean it's fictitious?
Hindi ko po siya masasagot kasi hindi ko na wala po namang yung sa name po kasi hindi ko masasagot kung
Totoo o hindi?
oo, opo,
Okay.
tama.
So, in short, hindi mo masasabi na porket nakakatawa yung pangalan, peke na yon. Yun ba yung sinasabi ninyo?
Parang hindi po ako makakasagot dun sa tanong na ganun.
Okay, basta walang findings na ganon, no?
To clarify, let me help you a bit, Attorney Gustin. Wala kayong binanggit tungkol sa mga pangalang nakakatuwa o nakakatawa sa dalawang notice of disallowance, Eileen. Wala, di ba?
Wala po.
Wala rin sa anumang AOM binanggit yon, di ba?
Wala din po.
Kahit yung mga lugar kung saan binayaran, wala kayong binanggit sa AOM o sa notice of disallowance, ma'am?
Opo, wala po.
Okay, thank you. Please proceed,
Yes.
Attorney Gustin.
Thank you, Your Honor. So, now let's go to the CGGPA hearings. Okay. Nandun ka ho nung September 18, 2024, na hearing sa CGGPA.
Nag-attend po ako ng mga meetings pero hindi ko na po matandaan yung exact date.
Okay. Ito yung nandun si Attorney Camora. Hindi mo matandaan.
Hindi ko, nag-attend po pero hindi ko na matandaan yung exact date po.
Okay. So, in that hearing, now, are you aware that she was asked by Representative Swansing about the grounds for disallowance under the second notice of disallowance? Did you know that?
Pwede po bang...
Excuse me.
Yes, we will flash the TSN. Don't worry, Counsel.
It's okay if you don't recall, Jean. Silene,
Hindi ko na po maalala yung exact na
May we
nangyari.
just be clarified? Is Council referring to a September?
September 18, 2024 hearing.
of
Okay,
the committee.
okay.
Wala na sa mood si Kapunan eh. Kasi tagilid na yung witness.
Let's flash page 29 of the TSN on that hearing. Pages 29 and 30. Please, Tech. Okay na ho? Okay, so in that hearing, no, Attorney Camora said, yes, good morning, Madam Chair. As to the 2022 notice of disallowance, no, there were 3. Kasi nga tinanong siya kung ano yung grounds. No? Then the chairperson, sabi, ma'am, pakilakasan po yung boses ninyo, hindi marinig. Ms. Camora, okay, there were 3 items that are part of the notice of disallowance. The first one is non-submission of documents on the payment of rewards. The second one is charging some items that are not compliant under the rules, joint circular. And the third one is non-submission of the revised accomplishment report on the OVP to the 3 regulatory offices, which are the Office of the President, the Senate President, and the Speaker of the House of Representatives. Because they submitted the original one and they made an amendment. And then Representative Swansing said, Mr. Chair, if COA, and then the chairperson said, please proceed, Congresswoman Swansing. Representative Swansing, may I please be enlightened to explain to us, because it seems a little bit technical as to how it was explained by COA, kung pwede hong maipaliwanag sa atin in non-technical terms as to the grounds for disallowance. Okay. Chairperson, COA, pakisimplify, please explain it in layman's term. Ms. Camora, yes, basically, the disallowance are because hindi po nag-submit ng required documents under the joint circular. Do you confirm that?
Yes po, based po sa
Okay, na sinabi niya yan.
Opo.
Okay. So, okay. Let's go to the April 14, 2026 hearing sa COJ, Committee on Justice. Nandun ho kayo?
Opo, pero
Okay.
hindi ko na rin po gaanong maalala yung
Sige,
specifics.
okay lang. No? We will flash the TSN, the relevant TSN for that. No? Yes, we are referring to page 194 of the COJ TSN dated April 14, 2026. Kindly flash it on the screen. 194. Okay. Okay. So, in that hearing, Representative De Lima asked Attorney Camora, no, if there's anything in the COA decision dated April 10, 2026, stating that the alleged misuse of funds, Okay, just to lay the basis, no? Dito sa hearing na to, tinanong ko si Attorney Camora na kung may decision na ba yung COA doon sa appeal ni respondent. Tama ho? Maalala nyo lang.
Yun po ba yung sa...
April 14 na hearing.
pero pertaining po ito dun sa fourth quarter 2022 ng
Yes, sakto po.
Opo.
Okay, so tinanong siya, no? Sinabi niya may decision na nga dated April 10. And then Representative De Lima propounded some questions which are found on page 194 of the TSN. So sabi ho ni Representative De Lima, meron din hubang nakasabi, although I know, nasabi nga po, nilinaw po ng ating chair na let's wait for the copy. yung talagang official copy of the decision. Although you have it already, but we want really yung pinaka-official in the sense na nandyan yung hard copy. Attorney Camora said, opo. Representative De Lima, ay natatandaan niyo ho ba kung yung decision na yan ay may nakasabi doon na mali talaga yung paggamit ng mga confidential fund sa OVP at hindi alinsunod sa circular, sa joint circular? Ms. Camora said, Madam Chair, it's sandali lang po ulit. Then Representative De Lima, hindi sa mga tamang gamit ng confidential funds as prescribed under the joint circular. And then Ms. Camora said, nakalagay po in this case, the accomplishment report on the utilization of confidential and intelligence funds, the DEPs and the certification submitted failed to comply with the guidelines and conditions set forth under the joint circular po.
Your Honor, please, if I may interject at this
What
moment.
is the interjection of Attorney Kapunan?
Your Honor, please, counsel is reading from transcripts. She is reading from transcripts which are, we have judicial notice of these transcripts, Your Honor. But she is reading statements of other people and asking this witness about statements of Hamora, about statements of other people, Your Honor, just by her being present there, Your Honor. Now, if that is their intention, then they should present that witness here. Because that witness can testify on her personal knowledge. You are asking this witness who was just there, she can state that a meeting actually occurred, that she was there. But if you are going to ask her to confirm, for what purpose, Your Honor? These transcripts will show the presence of Hamora. It will show her presence.
I'd like to thank Attorney Kapunan. You did not make an objection, but I would have sustained it. Attorney Christine, counsel for respondent, this was one of the warnings of the presiding officer at that time directed at the prosecution, actually, when they asked for the court to take judicial notice of it, not to use the transcripts to read into the record certain things that is not being testified to by a witness that has personal knowledge over it. If you recall our interjections in relation to the Las Cañas affidavit, this is similar to that. So unless you are referring to the witness herself who testified there, kindly present the witness that you are reading the statements of, because this is only as to tenor, as to the fact that Camora said this. You can confront the witness through another way without reading certain statements made, because the opposing counsel might just do this to you at some point, which I will also not allow, to be fair.
Yes, I understand, Your Honor, but
Thank you, Your Honor.
But the witness already confirmed that she was at the hearing. I'm just asking if she remembers that these statements being made.
It's a way and technique, counsel.
Well, anyway, Your Honor,
Attorney Kapunan might just do that
Yes, we will
with the
just
transcripts
ask.
at some
No, Your
point, which I
Honor,
also will not allow. So
We will just ask the question at the right time, Your Honor.
kindly do so at the right
At the
time and with the
time,
right witness,
Your
counsel.
Honor, please, at the right time and to the right witness.
Yes.
This is not the right witness, Your
Just
Honor.
just as the presiding officer stated. Move on, Attorney Christine.
Okay. Okay, punta ho tayo sa
Okay, so doon po nagtatapos no yung round 4, round 5 natin dito sa impeachment hearing na ito, no. Halatang halata na medyo bumabanat na lang sila, no. Object na lang sila ng object kasi patungo na yung witness na parang walang masabing illegal. Yan naman talaga eh. Ang taong bayan naghihintay kung saan banda nagkasala si BP Sara. Wala eh. Di ba? So kayo mga nanonood ngayon sa Donmar TV, no, libre kayong mag-comment. Ilabas ninyo ang inyong opinion dito sa comment section at babasahin natin dyan at sa ibang mga nanonood. Okay? Paki-like, paki-share itong video na ito para marami po ang makaalam. At sa mga hindi pa nakasubscribe at laging nanonood dito sa Donmar TV, mag-subscribe na po kayo kasi libre lang po ang mag-subscribe sa YouTube. Walang bayad yan. Okay? Kaya subscribe na. See you in my next video. Have a great day. Have a great night. God bless po sa ating lahat. Mabuhay ang Pilipinas and God save the Philippines. Bye-bye.